Yeah, thanks for coming out. We just finished our first opening team meeting, led by Mike, and what I can say is just a lot of alignment around what we're headed, what our objectives are for this year. A lot of excitement, a lot of talk about continuing Peter's vision for what this team can be and should be, not only for itself but also for the city of San Diego. So we're off and running, and happy to answer any questions.
Erik, why is payroll $100 million less than it was last year? How would you sum that up?
Yeah, I think we went into the year with the view of assembling talent and balance for the team. Payroll is an output of that, and I think as AJ's described, we're not necessarily done. It's been a kind of an odd free agent market evolution this year, and so we're marching toward building the talent pool that we think can win this year.
How much flexibility is there for what the rest of the offseason might bring?
There's flexibility. I mean, we don't get into specific payroll numbers, as you guys know, but we're working every day on different enhancements to the roster, as well as some trades and free agent stuff. So the roster is still in progress, and I think AJ's described that as well.
Are you looking to reset the luxury tax this year?
Again, that'll be an output of the mission of kind of bringing a talented group together. So we'll see.
Peter was a longtime friend of yours. What's this transition been like for you personally, stepping into this role?
Yeah, Peter and I worked together for almost 30 years. More than that, we were friends for 30 years. I've been involved with the team as a minority owner and helper, I would say, in the background. So I've had some continuity with the ball club for a long time. That accelerated last year as Peter was working through some of his health challenges. So look, any transition like this is work, and the good news is we've got a lot of stability with Erik Greupner, with AJ Preller, with their staffs and leadership team, and my role is making sure that we're headed in the right direction. And the good news is Peter, set that direction for more than a decade, and we're cranking on it.
Erik, what is the reality of the TV situation in terms of cable, satellite, spring training games, and then for the season?
Yeah, so similar to last year, we're going to be on MLB TV, rebranded as Padres TV this year. So all of our spring training games will be available either through Padres TV or on Padres.com with an audio or webcast. So all the games will be available. MLB Media on our behalf is securing distribution agreements. We would anticipate that we're going to end up with all the same satellite and cable options that we had last year, and we'll release further details on that closer to opening day.
And so then nothing for spring training?
Correct.
How does the team feel about that? I won't put words in your mouth, but that's something that hasn't happened before.
Yeah, I think we feel good about the commissioner's leadership and the MLB Media, the team they've put together, that they've stood up in less than a year. Some of the best people in the industry are leading MLB Media, so we feel like we're in really good hands. And the Diamond Sports Group bankruptcy and that timeline has impacted discussions on distribution and securing distribution agreements. So we think MLB Media is on top of it. We're in a good spot, and all of our games will be available for free through spring training, and then we'll have more details before opening day.
How much has no TV deal impacted what the team was able to go ahead and do financially, and did any of that weigh into decisions, trading some notable players like Alonso?
Yeah, I think every year we budget independent of prior years or what we would have expected to have received for TV revenue. At the end of the day, we've got a lot of puts and ads, and there's a lot coming in that's higher than it's been in the past on the revenue side, in some areas where we've taken small steps back. But overall, the fan support that we've received, the attendance, the ticket revenue has allowed us to continue to field a competitive payroll, and we're incredibly thankful for that, and we're able to do that regardless of taking a little bit of a step back on the TV side.
And Erik, what can you tell us about the short-term and the long-term plan for the ownership of this team?
Yeah, in terms of ownership, there's no expectation of a change. I think we stated that early on. Peter described a long time ago he expected the team to be in the Seidler family for generations. That is certainly our expectation.
Do you expect to have any other family members actively stepping up in different roles in the organization?
Yeah, I think that's still a work in progress. I mean, we're focused on spring training and the Korea series and Fan Fest and all sorts of Peter's celebration of life, of course. In the background, we're working on long-term plans there, but nothing to comment on today.
What is the reality of like what the Padres can do payroll-wise? Because the last couple of years or few years were kind of like an experiment. It went way up. Is this more where we would expect the Padres to be?
Again, we take it year by year, and this year's, still a work in process, I would say. So, the planning starts with the revenue side and what we can accomplish with the fan base and our sponsor partners and media, and then also what sort of talent we can assemble based on what's available on the market, what trade opportunities are there. So it's, a multivariable equation that's, like I said, still a work in process.
You don't get into specifics, but payroll projections are about $100 million less than last year's opening day numbers. How do you square that with rising season ticket costs?
Yeah, so once again, I would begin by saying that we're incredibly thankful for the fan support we've received. I think that the Petco Park experience, the team that's been on the field the last couple of years, and the team that we're going to field again this year is an exciting and we believe winning in this year playoff caliber brand of baseball. And we feel good about the experience we deliver to our fans and incredibly thankful they continue to show up and support us. There's no way we would be at the levels that we're at right now in our market with payroll if it weren't for the fan support that we've received. So it really begins and ends with them, and it's incumbent upon us to continue to deliver both a winning product on the field and also a great experience for our fans when they come to the ballpark. And I feel confident we're setting up to do that again this year.
What was the message to the players today in the meeting?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into specifics, but Mike, some introductions, some setting the tone for the year, a moment to talk about and reflect on Peter, of course, acknowledging the accountability and responsibility that the players have to the organization and to the city, the community and the military and all those sorts of things that play into what makes the Padres brand what it is. So, just setting the tone for the year.
What kinds of things did Peter maybe leave behind as far as instructions? Anything general or specific?
I mean, I think he was pretty candid with what he thought, what the expectations he set for this organization, and that's the sort of vision and path that we're carrying forward. So, he and I had a long and close relationship, so I think I'm well suited right now to sort of implement what's going on there. And again, with a lot of stability in the organization, I think that's shouldn't be lost on anybody that we've got a very stable leadership team, one of the most stable leadership teams in the league, and that's really helped us kind of manage through this transition.
How do you assess the job AJ Preller has done? He's been here 9+ years, no 90-win seasons yet. How do you assess what he's done and what he's doing currently?
Yeah, I mean, AJ's a pro. He's maybe the best talent evaluator in baseball, but like Erik and myself and AJ, we're all accountable, right? We all have objectives and goals, and he's falls in that category as well. So we all have to accomplish our mission and serve this organization, and we'll be accountable to each other to do that.
I think in one of Peter's last known interviews, he talked about judging Preller on his body of work, not from when he was hired in 2015, but from the post-Tingler era. From how will he be viewed? Like, from what era will you be judging him and his work?
Yeah, I mean, we're judged on what we do, year in and year out, right? So yes, there's a body of work, but we're also have goals for this year. AJ's got goals, Erik's got goals, I've got goals, and we're going to be judged on whether or not we can accomplish those goals. So, like I said, AJ's a pro. He's a big part of the organization, but we are all expected to perform at a very high level.